It's so crazy. I think most of us think we experience our problems from our actual problems. We do not. It's so much deeper than that. It's so crazy. I really hot after I said what I said, but I'm going to read something to you, and I hope that it helps who it needs to help. And I'm a firm believer that almost all of us reach back into our childhood by force or by choice. And sometimes because you couldn't find the words when you were a kid, it's actually kind of hard to find them as an adult. Because you might be in a space where you feel like if you want to talk about something that happened so long ago, you might get judged for actually holding it in. And that's the number one reason why people don't talk, or why people don't try to find help, or why people don't express. Because they feel like their back is going to be pushed against the wall for finally wanting to get something off their chest, and then when they do it, they're ridiculed for it. It's disheartening, but hopefully talking about these things will create a space for somebody to find freedom in it. I'm going to read something to you. I hope that it doesn't trigger anybody into anger. I'll encourage you to find a book, and whatever you feel, write in the book. Get a leather-bound book. Don't get a composition book. I'm going to tell you something that happened when I was younger. I used to start writing in books, composition books, and then I would discard the book. I would just forget about it because it had too many attachments to other memories with composition books of failing. Because I suffered through school. Because my mind, my heart, and my emotions and my spirit was just so damaged that my focus wasn't there and I couldn't find it. And when you get to this space where you're growing up and you start to follow rules tend to supersede emotions in a way where it becomes a substitute for them. So then you might forget that you wanted to tend to yourself, but you don't, because you had to work all day and you had to focus there. How'd you have time for you? That kind of thing. So you can be snatched away from supporting yourself. I'm here to help you find ways to pull those pieces back. And I hope that you do. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be for the world to see. It's just for you. But if nobody starts, who will? So let me read this. It may be triggering, but it's to get to the heart of the matter and for you to understand that when you wear problems and deal with them, you're not just wearing the problem. Something's happening inside, okay? And this is my continuation to the weird stuff, the post that I posted before. For most of us, suffering in silence starts early. Some of us look to be saved by the people we thought would protect us, that end up being the ones that hurt us, and we never find the words, just the tears. The whole time their protection was supposed to be the thing that silenced confusion, or at least made the confusion okay to be in. I wasn't supposed to be in this corner, bearing all of this shit by myself, looking for help, not knowing why my skin felt frozen but burned at the same time. But the silence stuns you just as hard as the event does. So the only thing that leaves your body first is a tear, not the words. Then your adult years have you looking for safety in all the wrong places, silent or loud, but mostly silent. The silence is where you can hide more. Then you realize the burning feeling was what affected the water of your body. That water remembers every way trauma shaped you because water speaks. The water of the body is called the fascia or fascia. You hear people have conversations about our body you're made up of 70 to 80% water. This is what that's talking about. We can talk about it later. Then your enraged adult self who protects or overprotects everyone around you understands where all of that stems from. When your relationships break, that burns. It hurts differently though, because you're dried out now. At this point, the burns break. The relationships you allow yourself to be in, thinking you'll be watered like you watered others, only prove you've been in a mirage throwing sand the whole time. You have to put the water back into yourself. The shame is knowing if no one ever comes, that you're the one that has to dig deeper to find your water. And this is for men and for women. Imagine being with a person you witnessed carefully water plants or flowers, take care of them, but couldn't take care of you. I'm realizing that's because the water that emotions require is different. It requires a conversation, invested interest, willingness to understand, the desire to be ever so careful, because at the deepest part, we're all fragile. And while being a person who waters plants can be a metaphor to watering a human, the concept is still the same. When you want to see something through, you apply yourself. You give it what it needs. How you do one thing is how you do everything, so they say. So the past self deserves investigation because your now self keeps stumbling. And all of them need answers or building blocks in order to move forward.